Hello there. Good afternoon. Time zone appropriate greeting and all that. Hello, Core. Hello, Phoenix. Hello, Ish. Hello, Mark. How's it going? I'm flat today, and Ace is here as well. Hello, darling. I'm flat because we are in Substance Painter. Ugh. Okay, and I actually checked my tablet before I started stream today, so we should be fine in that regard. Well, hope everyone is doing good. Right, let's get the music put on. We go. Our usual stuff. Let me clear all of these notifications. Okay. Goober! He's little Dirk Goober. Yes, I saw you sent the meme. Thank you for the meme. Delicious. Nom 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 nom. Right. Thank you for the lurk. You are very kind. Right. I just gotta check. My egg. Did my egg hatch? Oh, my egg hatched. It was a lily pup. Oh. That's pretty vanilla. Okay. Assign different egg. Oh yeah, I have another egg. I'm gonna do goofies and leave this as background noise, expect some random raz. Thank you. You can just use emotes. Emotes is fine. But thank you all the same. Thank you for reminding Twitch that you exist. Right. I'm gonna have to give you this, because if you couldn't tell, I'm munching. I'm munching. So there you go. Enjoy that, bingo people. Mm-hmm. Right. Okay, so I do have... So it was mostly doing the tips here, though I was informed of an update. Oh, random bingo as well. Daily random bingo redeem. Hello, my dear. Well, isn't that lovely? Why isn't Blue allowed to eat while working? Hello. It's meant to incentivize me to eat earlier. Because if I'm spending time on stream eating, that means I'm spending less time focusing on what I'm doing. It doesn't seem to work because we get eating on stream almost every week. So it doesn't work, but it's supposed to incentivize me to eat earlier. Right, I'm just opening up the ref sheet. There we go. Thanks for lurking as well, boss. I'm guessing you're at work. Yeah, I figured the tip was on the fur layer. Mm-hmm. Okay, I think I gotta make a separate thing for this. New folder. Tail. Tip. Somehow put a square bracket in that. New fill. Am I missing what layer that's on? Yeah, it is part of this section. Oh, hair. Right. Let's put you here. There we go. Add a black mask. Ah, we do have a bit that's been pulled out. Oh, I got all of it. Nice. Turn all those off. And go grab the colour off the ref sheet. There we go. So tufted tip is also orange. Cool. That's that bit. Wow, sippy some tea. Everyone busy working today? You're all very quiet. Which is fair. I'm also working. Excuse me. Okay, so that does include this section here. Cool. Okay, they did separate. They only separated it up from the tail, but they didn't separate them from each other. Which is a shame. Crispy. Chisp. Ow. I already thought about what defines a crisp. Because it isn't the fact they're made from potato, because we literally have things that advertise themselves as like, yeah, like lentil crisps. Made from lentils. Drink it good for you so long as you do it as well. Them's the rules. If I gotta do it, you gotta do it. That's the rule. I'd be willing to go as basic as crunchy thing in bag. I guess that is just the definition, right? I feel like thickness has to come into it, right? Because if you go too thick, then you're getting into chip territory, or fry, you know, depending on your region of choice. Or cracker, I suppose, as well. Because then we get back to like the mini cheddars, like I talked about before, where mini cheddars kind of occupy this nebulous space where it's like, I think they're technically crackers or biscuits, but we eat them like crisps because they come in bags. But they're they're not often referred to as crisps, but they get grouped in the crisp category when you eat them. Okay, so it looks like we still alternate fluffs on this based off the ref sheet. It does look like it's still like the hair of like not every strand has the blue on it. Because you feel your own shirt is shit. That girl a chip. What? I was just thinking that there must be a legal definition, purely because of what I'm eating at the moment. Because on the back of what I'm eating at the moment, it says that it is sour cream and black pepper flavoured multigrain snack. So even though it is in a bag and is in the crisp section, does that mean that this is legally not a crisp? So do crisps legally have to be made from potato? You said the difference between crisp and a chip is oh, right, I get you. That was me missing the joke. Okay. I understand now. So yeah, I would call these crisps, but they're not made from potato, they're multigrain ones, and it says on the bag that they're a multigrain snack, which is what triggered the thought. I was like, there must be some sort of legal definition of what is a crisp. Crisps can be made of other stuff, I think. Well, that's what I thought, because we have, like, lentil crisps, you know, and I see, like, vegetable crisps. And that was the thing, I would have called what I'm eating crisps. But it was only when I stopped and looked at the bag did I realise that it didn't say crisp anywhere on the bag. So even though I would call it a crisp, and I'm sure everyone else would call it a crisp, is it legally not a crisp? That's what I'm wondering. I talked about this with mini cheddars, of like, I don't think mini cheddars are legally considered crisps, but you'll often find them in the crisp aisle. Fascinating, that's like the opposite direction of what I'm stamping. Mini cheddars are not crisp. Yeah, I agree with that. But we put them in the crisp section. So what I'm getting at is that people's perception is not the same as the legal definition, and what I'm curious about is the legal definition. Is the conversation that I am curious about. Of even though we put stuff in the crisp section, there is evidently some sort of legal distinction of what is and isn't a crisp. And again, I say this purely because the thing that I am eating, despite I would personally call it a crisp, and despite me buying it from the crisp section, it does not say that it is a bag of crisps on the packaging. Googlebot says there's no difference, it's just cross-pollination with Americans. Huh. Weird. I'm going to do this bit by hand. My one critique of this substance file is I wish they had separated out these hair tufts. Hmm. If it's just cross-pollination with Americans, so does that mean that the definition of a crisp is genuinely just arbitrary? Just literally just an arbitrary, this is a crisp, this isn't? I would assume for legal reasons they need to have a certain amount of potato to be legally a crisp because they're taxed differently. It's always because of tax, isn't it? This is the is a Jaffa cake a cake argument again. It's always for tax reasons. That was kind of my thought process, I think, of there has to be a legal definition because money is involved. There has to be a legal definition of what is and isn't a crisp. Which makes me beg the question of the thing that I refer to as lentil crisps that we have frequently. Next time I get a bag, I'm going to look on the back and be like, does this actually refer to itself as a crisp? Or does it say on the back, lentil-based savoury snack or whatever? I just thought it was an interesting topic of discussion. Something to get you thinking. It's like the chicken tax situation where they essentially made import trucks illegal. I think it's closer to the Jaffa Cake situation. For those who aren't familiar, I guess, because I guess more people are familiar with the chicken tax thing because it was like more globally covered. But in England, story time, in England and Britain and the surrounding areas, and I'm sure in other places as well, because I feel like Jaffa Cakes can't be that unique. There is a cake called a Jaffa Cake, and there was famously a giant legal dispute over whether a Jaffa Cake is classed as a cake or a biscuit. And the whole reason there was a big legal dispute about it was because, go figure, of tax. Because cakes and biscuits are taxed differently. This is an incredibly British problem that we had, apparently. And the court case ruled that they are cakes, not biscuits. Even though, much like the mini cheddars comparison, Jaffa cakes are often in the biscuit section. And they tend to be sold in packets. Because they're little mini cakes. But they are cakes. They're bad cakes. They're not the greatest, but they are cakes. And this is a dispute that we still have to this day. I literally have a friend who disagrees and says that they are biscuits. I remember Pringles having a fight in court. They were crisp because they use less than 50% potato to avoid tax. So potato is a key ingredient. Yeah, next time I get those lentil crisps, I'm going to look at the packet and be like, do they actually refer to themselves as crisps? Because I just call them crisps. Because they're in the crisp section and I eat them like crisps. But are they actually legally crisps? I'm going to check that next time. Okay, the base I'm going to do symmetrical because on the ref there's like a cluster at the base. Hi Jay, how's it going? So legally there must be a certain amount of potato description because, again, the ones that I'm eating, they're multigrain. They don't have potato in them. It doesn't say that they're crisps on the back. Cake by definition versus cake by technicality. Yeah, it's a bit like that. You almost had me. Oh. I was 1 second from doing the redeem, but I saw it was 2D. Yeah. Pay attention. Pay attention to stream. If I have Substance Painter open, I will be 2D. Because the 3D VTuber does not agree with Substance Painter. Or rather, Substance Painter doesn't agree with the 3D VTuber. It's closer to the ice cream versus iced cream thing. Yeah. Yeah, again, we talked about that. We talked about that once in Discord as well. We were talking to Naren about it, of just like, are you having ice cream or are you having iced dairy product? And it was like, yummy dairy product. It sounds so gross when you say it like that. Delicious dairy product. Don't stream while I'm barely awake. How about that? Maybe I can't pay attention better and being goofy, trying not to sound rude. Wow. Maybe fix your sleep schedule, trying not to sound rude. This is a joke. I can't talk for shit. My sleep schedule's abysmal. My dude, it's 8 AM. I live in England! It's 2 in the afternoon! I see how it is. America once again trying to get everybody to conform to them. I see how it is. This is a bit, everybody. This is a joke. Calm down. Yeah, I believe the Jaffa Cake one was defined by they are cakes because they go hard when stale. That was like the distinction of a biscuit goes soft when it is stale, a cake goes hard when it is stale. I think that was the defining, like, factor. Which is interesting that was the thing that defined it, because Jaffa Cakes, in my opinion, are not the softest to begin with. Which is why I say they're cakes, but they're bad cakes. Because when you think of a cake, you think of something like light and fluffy, and they're kind of not that. They're not very light and fluffy. But I guess legally, they go hard-er, I guess, when they go stale. So that makes them a cake. So yeah, so that's why I'm like, well, they're cakes, because legally they're cakes, but they're not good cakes. And they also have less jam in them, because capitalism. They used to, I think everybody in the UK probably has parents that said, when I was young, Jaffa Cakes had jam that went all the way to the edge of the cake, and now they only put a little bit in the middle. And we go, yes, we know. But I swear they've even got less now. Is this the generational thing? Is this how I know I'm becoming an adult? Is complaining about the amount of filling in a Jaffa Cake? No, it's the price of Freddos. Let's be real, it's the price of Freddos that defines a generation. I would never look, you fuck America, fair. I just want the best for you, considering we are the best. Extra douse. We're not going to go down that rabbit hole because this isn't that kind of stream. Jay's like, fuck it, I'm boxing you anyway. It's your choice to throw your points away. Doesn't affect me. doing that out of spite. That just means I win. You can't see how smug my face is, but know that I'm making a smug face. That just means I win. Another point for England. 500 comes back really easy. Yeah, yeah. I feel like the points on my channel are so redundant. Because everyone has a bajillion of them. Rich keep getting richer, just like real life. Sobs. $372K, Jesus. Also, if you didn't know, streamers get infinite points on their own channels. So it's redundant. It's literally redundant for me. We literally get the infinity symbol. So I genuinely have no point of reference of... Okay. I'm going to turn the symmetry off because at this point we're going asymmetrical. I think I'll do what I did before where I mark them to start with, just so I can visually see how distributed they are. So we're going to do that one, this one, big one. And we'll do this again. This one. And do that one again. This side looks a little empty. So I guess I'll do that. And then a splodge there. And a splodge there. And that's our distribution. You own the means of production for realsies? Yeah. Yeah. Streamers get infinite points on their own channel. There's a Hans. Everybody wants to rule the... Just thinking about my usual gradient strat that I use. I might need to do some layer manipulation. Thank you for the save reminder. happened is making the blind in the bathroom vibrate. It go burr. It doesn't really work on the underside too well. Haunts ran away. Haunts. Or if you're from Brum and Oz. Because we speak proper English. And drop 90% of the letters, apparently. Woodbury is a good haunts. I do like the horsey Pokemons. They're all good horses. We did horse run once in Pokerogue. It went alright. Because there's decent type coverage for horse run. Interesting departure from a usual bug steal. A person can contain multitudes, cool. You don't have to be typecast, literally. Jilly felon with a hat on. I can see the same thing. I'm more steel than Bucky. Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, a lot of people obviously say I'm flying type coded because, well, look at me, but there's a surprising amount of, like, dark types that I like. Because, man, they keep making dark type dogs. They really like making dark type dogs. Let's do some manual bits for a moment. They're good dogs, Brent. Absol is objectively a good boy. I don't know why they made him even more emo, because they have to have emo Pokemon. But he is a good boy. I already really liked Absol. I had an Absol figure growing up. And in hindsight, I'm kind of sad I don't have it anymore. I think the tail broke. And I think in parent brain, that was like, oh, toy broke, get rid of. And I'm like, no! Yeah, I had an Absol figurine at one point growing up. It was like a posable one. It was an articulated one. To see what this could be, I wanna start again, even if I'm on my knees. Are we infinite enough? Right here in this moment as the moment passes us. But yeah. So I already really liked Absol. Absol ranked really high on the list. And then I made a D&D character that was really Absol coded. Just so Absol coded. Because of course I like to make Pokemon teams for my D&D characters. And for those being like, what do you mean Absol coded? Isn't Absol the disaster Pokemon? I go, yeah. Absol coded. And before you ask, Core, no, it's not Dell. Damara Sneasel coded. Absol, just a little guy trying to help people. Mega Absol is just a phase bomb. Mega Absol. I am Azrael, Warrior of Darkness. Yeah, the new one. Absol Z, is it? I haven't actually read the dex entry for that. Let's go to Cerebi and see what the dex entry for the new Absol Mega is, because Megas have their own dex entries. Okay, so base Absol. It senses. Wow, they're very short dex entries in Legends EA. Legends of ZA, base Absol, senses incoming disasters and appears before people to warn them of impending danger. Mega Absol, when this Pokemon whips the wing-like fur on its back as though it was beating wings, it sends an intimidating aura at its opponents. Absol Z, using fur that has been made into a short, sharp, claw-like shape, it cuts down foes with a single blow. This is an act of kindness to keep them from suffering. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's a fun fact, by the way, about Mega Absol, the base one. Is Mega Absol has wings. No, it doesn't. According to the dex, that is just like a mane of fur that is wing-shaped. It cannot learn, like, fly or stuff like that. It is not part flying type. It is not wings. It just looks like wings. The only flying type move I think it can learn is Aerial Ace, which I think we've talked about before, how Aerial Ace is one of those flying moves that kind of isn't a flying move, because a lot of non-flying Pokemon learn it. Aerial Ace is more about speed than being flying type. Tropius in the background. It should be wings. Well, it's not. Smiley face. Because Game Freak decided to shit on people's fun. I don't know why they made that an active decision of, we're going to give Absol this cool design where it grows wings, and then we're going to write in its Pokedex entry, by the way, they're not wings. Just a weird decision, but I guess it's they had to justify the fact that they didn't, because if they gave it wings, then they'd probably have to be forced to give it the flying type, and I guess they didn't want to do that. But I suppose that answers the question for people who are like, why does Mega Absol have wings but isn't a flying type? Well, because it doesn't actually have wings. They're not wings. It's not a flying type, doesn't have wings. I reject their reality and substitute my own. Fair, because the idea of it being wings is very cool, but yeah, it doesn't have wings and it cannot fly. They're good dogs. They have been dealt an unfair hand by life. I sure do remember a godly figure who hates mortals fighting with mortals. What? 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 It feels like we're having a separate conversation. What are you talking about? I basically gave up on sorting my glam dresser. Oh dear. Maybe the little and often strat would help. Yeah, I haven't logged on since the patch. I'm a little afraid. I'll be real. Why they've like redone the glamour. It's going to be fine for you, Vos, because you're just starting. They've reworked the glamour system. How do I explain this? So there's a glamour dresser where you store armor to glamour over the armor you're wearing to change its appearance. And there's also a thing called the armoire, which is also used for that, but is different, and it's going to take me a while to explain. And the glamour dresser has a limited amount of space, and the armoire is only for certain pieces of armor. And they've basically made it so that a bunch more armor can go in the armoire instead. So people who've been playing the game for a long time are basically having to move a lot of their armor from their glamour dresser over to their armoire. And when I say a lot, I mean that Curl's moved over 400 pieces of armor from one to the other. So it doesn't really affect you because you've just started playing, and so you can just start putting pieces in the armoire if they're applicable. Sorry, it doesn't have to make sense. I just commenting on a funny thing I observed while doing my funnies. Oh, fair enough. I realized a lot of stuff I thought would go into the armor just doesn't, so I invoke taking everything out and seeing what goes in. Oh, rip. Rip. Doesn't it have like a symbol on it? No, I'm thinking of something else. Yeah, oh boy, that's going to be a lot of sorting. Yikes. I got 600-ish pieces. I think I have 400. Curls had 800 and she's halved it. I think I have 400 because I'm not at fashion endgame. That's just like the pieces of armor that I've gained while playing and been like, I like how that looks. I'm keeping it. You know? So let me check what it is. What is it that exactly changed again? What's the wording on it? What's the armoire changing? Oh god, oh god, the patch notes are so long. What category is it going to be under? That's housing, orchestration, Mandeville. Duty support, that's for your chocobo. Where's the armoire stuff? Hang on, I should use F3. Moi. Search. Class and job-specific gear can now be stored in the armoire. Certain class and job weapons and tools are not applicable. Gear obtained in instance dungeons from patch 7.0 onwards can be stored in the armoire. Dungeon gear tab has been added. So there we go. Oh, and of course the die change as well. That's fantastic. I put what my dice turned into in FF chat, yeah. That's just a lot simpler. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, as you say, 140 basic dies. It's like, damn. Because you have to have so many different colors. This is nicer to just have them be consolidated. So you've got standard, wide 1, wide 2, and wide 2, and the special metallic ones are still separate because they're the ones that you got to buy in the shop, aren't they? That's a nicer way of doing it. It's a nicer way of doing it. Still waiting on a bait tab. God, give me a fucking bait tab. Oh my god, I have a page of my inventory that is fishing bait. Oh my god, give me a bait tab, please. I haven't got around to going fishing yet. I think that might be tonight's objective. Fair enough. It's the ocean fishing that was updated, right? So you've got to, like, time it correctly. I've done a lot of ocean fishing now. I actually haven't done too much just regular fishing in regular zones. I managed to level my fisher to, like, level 50, nearly 60, just from ocean fishing. I want to blush. It's not technically a barrage, but okay. We'll allow it. It's as close as we're gonna get. Wait, well, don't we have... We have a shark mini that is basically Blahage, because the one they added in is a basking shark, which is not what a Blahage is. But there is a shark mini that is basically a Blahage. Yeah, the Major General. Which, funny enough, is also from ocean fishing. Yeah, the Major General is closer to a Blahage. Because it's, you know, a shark. The General is an achievement minion. Yeah, it is. Score 5,000 points in a single ocean fishing voyage. The whale has to be fished. Ah, there you go. Two birds in one stone. Can I come fishing? Yeah, fishing is free to fishing is just another class, and remember, you can play any class. The Fishers Guild is in Limsa Laminsa. You can just go there and do a quest to unlock fishing. Can't do the new... No, it can't. You can't do the new thing, but you can go fishing. Yes. Yes, you can fish. It is a gathering class. Did you get much further in your MSQ, by the way? You can do ocean fishing at level 1 fisher, it seems. Oh yeah, you can, because yeah, I did it. I just think that you're not... I think it's just that you're not likely to catch a lot because your fishing level is so low. Choosing your grand company. Ah, nice! Nice. That means I think you're close to getting your mount. Remember, there is no correct answer, except there is, and people will judge you. This is a joke. Maybe. Most of the companies Gridanian, yes. Majority of our guild is Gridanian. Because it's very confusing that they all call them the same names, although I know that it makes sense in the lore. Just like there's the Grand Company, and then the Free Company is the one. The Grand Company is the NPC, like, big guild that is run in the story. The Free Company is the player-run guild that doesn't appear in the story, and I wish they had just called them guilds. But no. If you go to a Grand Company, you will eventually be asked if you want to swap to another, and you can level each of them. Yeah, you can. I've never done that, but I know that people in the friend group have. Yeah, and because you're in the Realm Reborn soup of, oh god, you do need to level your rank in your Grand Company, which I feel is not emphasized enough at the start. Because you unlock the Grand Company and it's like, yeah, you can level up your rank and you'll get things, and you go, cool, and then you kind of don't think about it, and then you'll progress through the story and it will be like, by the way, you need to be like rank whatever in your in the Grand Company, and you go, oh, and then you have to spend hours leveling it up because you probably didn't. So just something to bear in mind once you have picked your Grand Company is, alongside doing the main story, is just keep an eye on your rank and level it up. Which you can do by doing dungeons and stuff, which is where having friends comes in handy, because you can just go, hey, I want to go do dungeons, and we all go, yay! And we come flocking to you like pigeons. Would you say that's an accurate description, Cole? It literally doesn't matter besides which colour you like. That's true. That too. There is no blue one that you can pick. I think Gridania and Uldar are easier, as you don't need to change zones to go to them, but yeah, close enough. Yeah, it's close enough. But yeah. In the grand scheme of things, I felt like it didn't matter either. Of like, to start with, it's like basically pick what color you like, but even then, it was like, because you can get armor for the Grand Company and you can get armor for your mount that has the colors of the Grand Company, but eventually you will end up just getting armor for both you and your mount that is better. So it kind of doesn't matter. In the grand cosmic scheme of the everything, which one you pick really doesn't matter all that much. I just chose Gridania because I started in Gridania and I was like, I know the layout of this town the best. And it's nice and close to the Aetheryte. So it was just convenience. Okay, just a couple left. Fades into nothing with the rest of the light and sounds. I'm on my way out. Shimmer started in Uldar and went to Gridania. Fair. You said quite a lot of the Free Company is set to Gridania, and I think that is probably just because Gridania is the most convenient in terms of access. I think that's literally it. I think Neroin has like gone to the effort of like leveling a couple of them at the same, like having leveled one and switched, but I think most people have just kind of stopped. I think it's just one of those MMO things of like, if you've got nothing to do, no, you don't. You have so much that you can do all the time. You don't have to do any of it, but if you are bored, it's there for you. I know that the Super Adventure Box is happening in Guild Wars. That did sort of twig in my mind of like, when are we getting the next Guild Wars patch? That's starting to feel a little overdue. I'll be real. Starting to feel a little overdue for the next Guild Wars patch. Let's have a quick look on Guild Wars social media to see if it's been mentioned. Oh, of course, they've been pushing this Guild Wars Reforged thing. Ferret Warclaw skin, that looked amazing. Super Adventure Festival is live. Guild Wars Reforged. So, no, it doesn't look like it. Yeah. No mention of it yet. Interesting. No, no mention. Shrugs. Rhythm started in Gridania and went Limsa. I'm thinking of switching, but I'm also more interested in getting the Aura recruit from the Gold Saucer. I literally don't know what you're talking about. You fool, have 3 years of playable content. Oh, it's more than that. We talked about this before. Didn't someone sort of calculate that the free trial of Final Fantasy XIV, which includes now the base game Realm Reborn, the expansion Heavensward, the expansion Stormblood, and now the expansion Shadowbringers as well, has over 200 hours of content for free. That's insane. But that's how they get you, because when you get invested in that content, you inevitably reach a point when you're like, I want to be able to do the stuff that you need money to do. And they go, cool, then give us money. And you go, okay. And then they've got you. Like being in a guild with your friends. It's not mandatory at all to progress the story. But if you've got a bunch of friends who are in a guild, you're probably gonna want to be in that guild with them. And in order to do that, you have to buy the full version of the game. There are recruits that have special outfits. I have a few, but there is one that's basically a female PK, a female wearing pirate gear. I did not know this in the slightest. I'll be real, the, like, recruits bit was when I started to lose interest. I was like, I don't know how this works, and I keep sending them out on missions and they keep failing, and then I try to train them to increase their stats, but then I send them out again and they fail again, and I'm like, I'm missing something crucial with this. It's not gelling in my brain. I don't need to do this to complete the game, so I'm just gonna leave it. And that was what I did. Free trial until max everything, as far as you can, up to level 80, remember. The free trial is up to level 80, and the max level at the moment is level 100. But there is nothing stopping you from leveling every class to 80 on the free trial. There is literally nothing stopping you. But it's just at that point you start to get to the, I wanna join a guild. I want to be able to access the market board, because you can't do that on a free trial. If I'm right, you can't actually access the market board. It's like, again, you don't need the market board to progress, but it's convenient to be able to sell your excess gear and, like, buy, stuff like dye or whatever. I don't think it stops you from playing if you have a level 8 character. No, it doesn't stop you. No, you just can't level any further. Because before I had Dawn Trail, I hit level 90 on Dragoon, and it just stopped leveling. It let me keep playing the game, but it just stopped leveling me. I couldn't level to 100 because I didn't own Dawn Trail. I'm out of Ultra Balls? Insane. Insane. That's illegal. Time to buy 300 more. Shop. Ultra Ball. Purchase. I can legitimately buy and afford 100 Ultra Balls. That's how much money I have in this game. That barely made a dent in how much money I have. In fact, I can legitimately buy 300. I'm going to do that. I said 300 as a joke. I can legitimately buy 300 Ultra Balls. That's how much money I have in the Pokemon game. That has barely made a dent in my money. The free trial is have a single player game with a couple of multiplayer features. I guess, yeah? I guess. Yeah, because as Core said, that you don't actually have to do dungeons with people now, because they have actually implemented a single-player do-a-dungeon system. You can run dungeons with NPCs now. I don't know how good those NPCs are. But yeah, you can single-player FF14 if you want. Might consider playing, fair enough. If you do, we're on European servers. We are on Shiva, that is the name of the server. As long as you don't, they're good enough. So as long as you don't pull an entire area, though, raids and such need people. Yeah, I don't think it's physically possible for them to get NPCs to function in a raid. Raids are a step too complicated. Which means, I guess, the first time you would have to interact with other players would be Crystal Tower, I guess, Core? Because that's a raid that you have to do for the story, right? You have to do that one. So you could legitimately get through the game up until that point without interacting with a single other person. Maybe Castrum, but I don't know. Well, Castrum isn't a raid, it's an 8-man. That's true. It's a dungeon. It's an 8-man dungeon, right? I'm forgetting how Castrum is categorized. Yeah, I don't know if you can do 8-mans with NPCs. You can do a lot. Okay, you can do a lot. And to be fair, out of all the MMOs I've played, FF's community is the least scary. Because all my time in playing WoW and Guild Wars, I've been kind of afraid to queue with random people and do dungeons because of the whole, oh, I'm going to mess it up and people are going to be mad at me. Doesn't happen in FF. I do mess it up, but people don't get mad at you. Like, I can't say it's ever happened in Guild Wars because I just didn't do it. It has happened to me in WoW. It has happened to me in WoW where I've gone and queued in for a raid and I've messed up the mechanic and and someone at the raid has gotten really mad at me and then kicked me out and I'm like, oh, that was an unpleasant experience. Glad I spent 20 minutes queuing for that for you to kick me out. That sucks. World of Warcraft, everybody. I got yelled at in a Dungo and Guild Wars before. Well, there you go then. Because that's the thing in Guild Wars is that I've never tried. It was by Blue. You can't see the face I'm making right now, but I'm making a face at you. I will continue to yell at you. I touched the shiny thing and she yelled at me. You were not supposed to touch the shiny thing. I will continue to yell at you. I'll yell at you in FF dungeons. I'll do it. I didn't know. Ah. I need to rest my eyes. Go spend some time away from the computer. It is now the 29th. The deadline for the pre-release of the Ferality Dealer's Den is tomorrow, and they have still not posted the link to upload. Yep, no sign of a link still. Yep, no sign of it yet. Thank God, I thought I was being dumb and couldn't find it. No, I believe they said that they will do, like, an at dealer kind of thing, and it'll be in the dealer coordination, I think, rather than the dealer hangout. But yeah, they have once again not provided the link, and it is the day before the deadline. This happened last time. Nothing has changed. Okay. Link drops, everyone panics. It'll be fine. Again, to re-clarify, because we had Coda come in here last week and they didn't know this. The quote-unquote deadline for tomorrow is just for the pre-release, not for the actual final finished version of the booth. You can upload an updated version of it right up until the convention starts. I'm hoping I can finish a sneak peek thing for my Shark Abbey, but I don't think I'll be able to. Well, that's the thing. You've got two months still. You don't have to get things finished for today. You've still got 2 months. So the version of the booth that I have made, I'm trying to make it so that if I can't update it, I'll still be happy with it, but I can update it if I want to. Because, I might make more stuff in the 2 months between now and Ferality. Okay, maybe it's closer to 1 month because it's at the start of June, not the end of June, but even so. It's like a month and a week. Okay, I need to do a bit of layer manipulation here. My head is a mess. Still time. Yeah, it's still time. I have the potential to make stuff in a month, maybe. Even if it's just doing another retexture. But yeah, so that's why, yeah, the main thing for me is I gotta make the video. That's the thing that would take me ages to do, so I should probably start thinking about that. Man, I didn't know what to do for my video last time, and I still don't know what to do. Welcome back, Ish. Hope your eyes are feeling okay. I own nearly 30 bases now. So that's fun. Not quite at 30, but nearly 30. I think I'm on 27. The eyes are doing better. Good, good. Yeah. I went to and updated my list because I've obtained some new ones. Yeah, 27. I own 27 bases for retexture and editing purposes. I need to update the list on my website. Because one of them naturally is this base. This little dragon now. Thank you again. And the Anadra, of course. Need to update that I have the Anadra. Thank you, Voz, for that one. And of course, when Ferality comes round, I may do a little which bases are on sale when Ferality happens, because bases usually end up going on sale around Ferality. So I'm gonna do a little snoop in some of the dealers' den booths, see if any bases go on sale. Because I always have like a wish list of avatars that I keep my eye on. Which I just realised I can now delete the Anadra from. So there we go. Boop. Don't have to have the Anadra on the wish list anymore. We'll see. We'll see. Spook was poking me yesterday, saying I need to know what to get you for your birthday. I was like, I don't know what I want for my birthday. And then I came up with the easy answer, which was, oh, we go to Confuzzled at the end of May. And I don't really have spending money for the dealer's den. So for my birthday present, treat me to something at Confuzzled. There we go. Easy. And he was like, okay. If you're happy with that. I was like, yeah, because I can't think of anything that I want off the top of my head. We talked about getting me a new desk, but I've not had the time or the spoons to go looking at desks. So, you know. That is something that I'm probably going to do tonight, though. I am probably going to do what I said before of I'm briefly going to take some stuff off Throne, because I'm going to send it to my parents to be like, hey, these are things that I wouldn't mind having for my birthday. Because they're only little things. Because Spook, being my beloved husband, is, likes to buy me big things, bless him. And I can't think of a big thing that I want. Because when I'm like, well, there's books that I want on Throne, he's like, surely there's more that you want than that. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, I will probably take a few things off of Throne, which sounds backwards to take things off of Throne before my birthday, but obviously I don't want people doubling up. Because you guys are big sweeties, and you often buy me things off Throne, but I don't wanna have it doubled up if someone buys me something off Throne and then the next day I find out that my parents bought me one. Because my birthday stream this year is going to be before my actual birthday. Because my birthday's on the Saturday, and I don't stream on Saturdays. Yeah, again, also, no pressure. No one has to buy me anything. So I'm probably going to take a few things off of Throne and send them to my parents instead. Mainly I want film for my camera that Rosa gave me. Which I've already said to my parents of like I would like new film for the camera because I want to take photos with the camera when I go to Confuzzled. So that's kind of like the main one, is I want film for the camera. Although the fun thing is that the film for the camera, I don't have to take off Throne because that's one that needs renewing of like, well, I'll take photos and then I'll need more film and then I'll take more photos and then I'll need more film, so that's at least convenient. I'm way overdue for a laptop upgrade. School needs me to use CAD software and this thing can barely run it before exploding. Oof, I've been there. My first major computer upgrade was when my laptop could not keep up with my schoolwork. I already did, but that's the things I want to send. You're a sweetie, Voz. You're a sweetie. Yes, and thank you for poking me on that. Yeah. So yeah. kind of in need of a new desk, but it's not the kind of thing you want to make a rash decision on, and I've not had the time or energy to look at desks. Because the big thing is really is that I kind of already had my birthday presents, which was going to Japan and buying a mountain of plushies, which is we're kind of, you know, I don't really need people to buy me gifts. I got plenty of stuff. My phone runs better than my laptop, and that's saying something. Yikes! Yeah, sounds like you need a new one. Definitely in need of an upgrade. I'm gonna have to shut that window because that vibrating is getting on my nerves. Ugh. Vibrating blind. Oh god, it feels good to stand up actually. Hey guys, if you've been sat down for like 2 hours, maybe stand up. Ugh. Big stretch. And a little chocky as a treat. Ugh. Early birthday present for Blue, big fun. Yeah. Early birthday present to myself. Yeah. So it's like, I don't, as much as I adore and I love plushies, I don't exactly need any. I'm a buy Blue present, but unpack it and put rocks in the box instead. Thanks. Joke's on you, I like rocks. Crunch. Yeah, if I can remember to, I should probably do that thing with Throne tonight. So that if they do want to get me something, they've actually got time to order it. Happily, almost everything on my Throne is on Amazon. It's not the first time I've tried that. Oh my god. Yum rocks, yeah. Y'all wouldn't let me last time, no. If I know Spook, he'll think of something to get me anyway. Even though we've said like, oh yeah, you can just get me a treat at Confuzzled, and he's like, brilliant, we'll do that. He'll get me something anyway. He's a sweetheart. I basically didn't tell him anything I wanted for Christmas, and he bought me a life-size Totodile, Tepig, and Chikorita. So you know, because my husband is amazing. He is. He's wonderful. He's an absolute sweetheart. I just want him to be better. That's what I want. I want him to get treatment, and the NHS won't give it to us. I want him to get the treatment for his illness. Same size Arcanine, but Lugia. God, I would love that. The thing is that that's not an official thing, though, so that would have to be like a custom-made thing, so it would cost even more. God, a giant Lugia plush? My god. Yeah, he's a sweetie, and I love him. I'm not always able to because I don't earn so much, but I try to buy gifts for him as well from time to time. Even if they're only little things. Mostly games. He's not a material person like I am. I like having stuff. Him, not so much. Get you the life-size carnivore. That's more of a gift for Nemo, I think. I don't hate Gardevoir. Gardevoir's fine. But I can't say she's high on my list of fave Pokemon. She's firmly in the neutral zone, I think. I'm happy to have one on my team. I know they're pretty strong, but it's not like I'm gonna leap at the opportunity, you know? I put money on that if I'm asked to. No. 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 Gotta do more layer manipulation here. I'm not partial to Gardevoir, but I'll take the Robo one in a sec. Well, you like Robits, don't you? So that's reads. Who wants a bag of tomato-flavored chips? I'm good. I'm good. I wish the temporal Pokemon had better names. I feel like I've said this before. I feel like there was like a Reddit post I saw where someone had like I don't think they were official or whether they had taken them from like a different language, but they'd like come up with names or found names or something for them that were like actual names, you know? Iron Jugulus, which is the Hydreigon one. Hydroid gun, which is a funny one. I love the name that someone did for Brute Bonnet, which was Ungabungus. That's a fantastic name. I mint crisps. Still no. Still no on that one. Yeah. Someone suggests Galactivoire, Gallade, Galactic, and Gardevoir. Galactivoire. Don't know about that. Okay, done the gradients on the tips. Gradient on the orange, I think, is all I have left to do. Because I like to put a little bit of gradient on things to give it that little bit of flavour. Doesn't roll off the tongue very nicely. No, it doesn't. I'm not quite sold on it. It's not an official name. Yeah, but there's apparently a Reddit post of people trying to workshop names for Paradox Pokemon. I don't hate Iron Treads. It's just bland, ugly. Yeah. I'm not really big on Iron Treads. I like Great Tusk. Great Tusk is kind of neat. Don't even know your name. We can put the symmetry back on for this. I like the Pokemon name. Pokemon, I just don't like the name. Fair. It kind of sucks. I think the future Pokemon definitely got the raw end of the deal with names. Like the Paradox one names also kind of are weird, but they're like okay. But I think the future ones got the raw end of the deal that they all have just Iron blank. That kind of sucks to me. I'm the one who pays. I don't even know your name. I don't like the Delibird bot. Poor Delibot. Thank you for the save. The only news to get out of Delibird is a bad Delmara pun. Wow. The world goes on another day. Oh, I got the lyrics just wrong. The wrong point of the song. Then I checked it twice. Oh, whoa. These bits are a bit thin to fully get the benefit of them. Okay. I think that might be it. What kind of stuff do you like? I'm asking because they wind up associating people with with Pokemon, maybe a rev room. I guess because they like cars and racing games. I'm a bit conflicted on how thick the tail orange is compared to the broken the other patterns are. Would it be possible to maybe split the tail fluff and tail pattern? Yeah, yeah. Do you not want the tip to be orange? I can have the tip not be orange, or I can change how much of this there is. If I go, turn that back on. The tail tip. I can just turn the tail tip off, and we can go back to having it be black. I can put the tips on this. Yeah, go put some tips on this. No problem. Room is about as car as you can get in Pokemon. Yeah, yeah. It be car. Okay. Ba, ba, ba. I should Google how it looks like. It looks like a car engine with wheels. Classic Blunder Blue is flat today. Haha! Bamboozled. Hi, Hope. I love you too. You're amazing and wonderful. And I just gotta go, go, go. Okay, methinks. Methinks, indeed. That's this one. That one. That one. That one. Gotta think about how this looks on both sides. You. Not you. So, you as well. Maybe this one? Or not that one? I think not that one, because if I put a tip on that as well, then it starts to look like I just forgot two of them. Whereas the idea is that it's meant to be not all of them. My car brain immediately thought it'd be powered by a V8 because of how the engine is structured. Oh my god. I think this guy might be a nerd, gang. I'm not surrounded by nerds. Yeah. I wasn't implying that we aren't also nerds. You up for Atlas this Friday, maybe? Oh, that reminds me. One, this week was meant to be collab week, but two, I'm actually gonna have to cancel stream because of IRL stuff. And I should probably message lying about that. Oh. I think you could be. What are you waiting for, Bill? You'll forget if you don't do it now. Okay, you right. Let me open up my Discord. Where's lying? You're right. I hate that you right, but you right. Where's lying? Oh, I hate having to let people down, but it's better if I tell them sooner rather than later. There we go. I message lying to say that I gotta cancel stream this week. And next week is birthday stream, correct? Hopefully I don't have to cancel that. I gotta remember on Thursday next week to actually go to bed at a reasonable time because I will be exhausted. Because tradition is that we do 12-hour stream. Which would start at midday and go till midnight. And midday is actually 2 hours before I would normally start stream, and this last month, frankly, is when I've been waking up. So, you know. Who wants to bet I'm late to my own birthday stream? Probably everyone, because I feel like it's guaranteed. I would bet, but I wouldn't make any profit from it, yeah, because everybody would bet. No one would take up those odds because they're basically guaranteed. Because also the problem is that if I want to make sure I cannot correct my sleep schedule in a night. I cannot just make myself go to bed at like 11 and then like, oh, sleep schedule fixed. So like I got to try to correct it now. I got to start trying to go to bed at good times, which if we know me is not going to happen. Because it happened again last night. It got to midnight. I finished stream. I got to midnight and I was like, well, I still want to have my cup of tea. So I go have my cup of tea, and then before I know it, it was like nearly 3 in the morning. And I did an oopsie because I realized it was about 2:30, and I went downstairs to wash my mug and get ready to go to bed. And I realized I hadn't done Spook's lunch prep because we're trying to have him eat specific food to help with his condition. And I realized I hadn't done it, so I was like, "Cool, guess I'm cooking food at 2:30 in the morning." Which unsurprisingly then meant it was 3. Agrivore. I did a little bit of Agrivore, I can't lie. But mostly I was watching streams. I was watching friend streams. With Agrivore in the background. Go to bed at 10 p.m, wakes up barely. Yeah. It's pretty bad, guys. It's pretty bad. It's an ongoing problem and has been for months. It was great because when I went to Japan, I barely had to adjust my sleep schedule at all. Because my sleep schedule was already fucked. Try my schedule? No, Voz. You think you're the only person who I can say actually has a worse schedule than me. Because you frequently go to bed after me, and your time zone is ahead of me. Nemo is the exception. Nemo doesn't follow normal time constraints. She is not withheld by mortal timing. I tend to sleep towards 12 a.m. if school doesn't exist. I wake up perfectly fine at 9. If school doesn't exist, I'll sleep at 1 a.m. If school exists, I'll sleep around 1:30. Mine's been getting worse and worse. I keep telling myself I should try to go to bed at midnight. And then, like, 1 is just like okay. And then when we get to 2, it's like, okay, you did a bad. And like I said, yesterday I went to bed at, like, 3 a.m. because I had done a bad thing and I forgot. What I should have done is ended stream, gone downstairs, remembered that I had to make food because I didn't. I went downstairs and what I did was I ended stream, I went downstairs, made a cup of tea, and then came back upstairs, completely blanked on the fact that there was food I had to make. And like continued relaxing upstairs. The first mistake was that I forgot that I had to make food. Because that was what made me stay up super late last night. Oh shit, I was supposed to cook food. And he even left a little note for Spook to be like, sorry, I forgot, because I was meant to cook it and prep him like a rice dish, and instead I went for a noodle dish because they cook slightly faster, and I literally left him a note to be like, sorry, it's not rice like I said it would be. I did forget, but I made you noodles instead, kiss. music plays. Hear the words I had to follow. Nemo be like, hello, fellow humans, what a lovely day we're having. Hope you are having a wonderful existence. Needs to give me a box of rice. Yeah, I've pre-cooked the rice now. I've done it this morning. So he's got his rice for like the rest of the week. Why is this speck not colouring? Why are you not colouring? Angry. Why is there a speck here that won't colour? I don't understand. Why are you not colouring? How dare you speak math to us? How dare you? They're speaking some wizard language. Why is this single speck not wanting to colour? And now it's gone away. What the fuck? That was weird. That was slightly infuriating is what that was. Colour. Why are you not colouring? Insolent program. Hey, Bennett! Angry scribbles. Want a break from the ads? Want a break from the ads? Want a break from the ads? What you drawing? I'm doing a retexture. I'm doing a retexture of the Jinxed Ragon. Got this little bean. They're so cute. Let me copy this. Move you up to there. Clear the mask. So out of date with models nowadays. It's literally my business to try to keep up with them. I may not be able to afford them, but I at least am aware of them. Damn, that was 2 at once. That was 2 at once, damn. I mean, devouring an entire bread because it's incredibly crunchy and I love it. Should have it with like some olive oil and balsamic vinegar. That's really nice with crunchy bread. Crunchy bread is nice with some dipping oil. Soft brush, turn down the opacity. Ooh, I missed a bit. Bread. Bread, 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 bread. All I ever wanted was a piece of bread. Dun, 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 dun. This bread has better animations than some anime. Damn, you right. Damn, that is some good bread. Bread's great. Freshly baked bread has got to be like my favorite scent. I love the smell of fresh bread. And I am blessed that there is a bakery up in the village that I get to walk past pretty much every day when I go do my daily health walk. Just like, good shit. Never ate garlic bread. You've never had garlic bread? What the hell? Get this girl some garlic bread. Once my love is fresh coffee being grind. Fair enough. See, I'm not a coffee person, so I don't go in for the smell of coffee, but I know that people who do like coffee, that's like drugs. Like freshly ground coffee is like drugs to people who like it. We don't have it over the counter like you do. Then you're gonna make yourself some garlic bread. Homemade garlic bread is also amazing. Like, yeah, store bought is fine for convenience. But homemade garlic bread? Nice. You get yourself like a nice crusty loaf, some fresh garlic, and some good butter. Mmm. That's the good stuff. I love the smell even back as a kid, fair enough. Funnily enough, as a tea drinker, I don't consider tea to have too much of a smell. Not like coffee. Coffee smell is like really strong. I don't consider tea to have much of a scent unless you're doing like a fruit tea, but then the smell is the smell of the fruit. Really wish they'd exploded this tail out. Boop. Spot there. Hey, Grandpa! Yeah, I'm doing a dirg. I can never visualize what garlic bread. I only know scrambled eggs on bread. What the why have neither of you had garlic bread? What is wrong with Europe? As in bread covered in scrambled egg and then cooked in a pan? Isn't that French toast? Bread that's dunked in an egg and cooked. Hi, Cash! Garlic bread is how I survive as an ace person, obviously. Obviously, I can relate. This is why I'm angry that apparently the other Europeans have not had garlic bread. What do you mean? What do you mean you've not had garlic bread? This is wrong. This is a war crime. You can't withhold garlic bread from people. Sorry for not being cultured enough. Well, do better. And go have some garlic bread. Go make some garlic bread. There's probably 300 tutorials. Probably 3,000, actually. Let's be real. There's probably 3,000 tutorials on YouTube on how to make garlic bread. I know pizza pasta, mamma mia. How are you an Italian and you haven't had garlic bread? What is wrong with you? How is that possible? How can you be Italian and not have garlic bread? I'm doing the ADHD thing, super important thing happening in like an hour, so I can't focus on anything else because I'm sitting here hyper-focusing on making sure I'm here and aware to do said thing. Understandable. That's you. Been meaning to ask since I'm out of date, how is Spook doing? Spook is unfortunately not the greatest. The NHS is being massively unhelpful. It has been 3 weeks since his diagnosis and he has received no treatment at all. He has called pretty much every number in existence and emailed every email he can. And they're just not helping him. And he had to have more time off work because he was in pain again and got in trouble with work for it. And we're both sat here just like, if he can't get his treatment and he keeps having to have time off work, his work is gonna, not be very happy. And that's not gonna be good for either of us. So we're both a little bit stressed, not gonna lie. So unfortunately, the update for Spook is not positive. So sorry to bring down the conversation there. Let's go back to talking about garlic bread. Because, yeah, we have done everything we can. And I'm frustrated. Garlic bread is Italian-American, not pure Italian. The closest thing is bruschetta. Ah, well, there you go. Have fair, have day. Can I punch healthcare yet? God, I wish. Ugh. Oh, thanks for gifting Cash a sub. You got the green feather. Phoenix, how do you feel about that tail? Do you prefer that tail? over the orange one. Come to America, you'll get sorted in a day, but it'll cost you 3 arms and legs. Cool, we don't have that. Buh is an interesting reaction. I've been saying buh more lately, and I don't know if I've been getting that from you. Spook laughed at me last week when he asked me a question. I just went, buh, and he was like, what was that? And I was like, oh no. Yes, awesome. I got it from Gar. Buh. I think I got it from Thor. I'll be real. I think I got it from Thor. I think we're done? I think we're done then. Do you have any tweaks that you want to add? You okay with like the patchiness of the tips? A pizza place near me with some amazing pizza and even more amazing garlic bread. Nice. But it's this lovely design. It's Phoenix's design. They're normally a Fulf, as you can tell from their username. Looks good to me. Great. There we go. I just remembered I have Munster cheese. Ooh. Best part, stone oven. Ooh, that's proper pizza. That's the good stuff. That's the real good stuff. Okay, well, time to export this bad boy in Unity. Export textures. Okay, file management. New folder. Jinxed Ragon. Create a new folder in there. For Phoenix. Select that folder. These are all selected. Export. Open output directory. Okay, time to get our old friend, the Creator Companion. I actually haven't made a project for this yet. Avatar project. Jinxed. Ragon. Create. Ew, Unity braces for the explosion. You guys talking like we haven't been in Substance Painter all day. Hey, VR chat peeps. Do we know what the situation with Poyomi is at the moment? Is it not safe for me to add Poyomi into a new project at the moment? It's resolved? Good. Thank goodness. Yeah, Stonebait Pizza is the best. Okay, so let's put that in, because I believe the... Let me double check on the page real quick. If there's any dependencies I have to put in this project. Requirements. Unity, VCC, Poyomi shader. And that's it. Okay, just the Poyomi shader. I want that new Digimon app to come out really bad. I don't know why. I just want some Digimon in my life right now. Okay, avatars. Projects. Okay, while this project is setting up. Ragon Unity package. There it is. Ugh, Unity first time setup. Tick, 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 tick. I suppose I can close Substance now. Might speed things up. Which means I can technically open up Warudo again. Still waiting. There'll be two of me in a moment. There we go. The blue wolves are multiplying. Have you been on Fur Affinity? There we go. Meanwhile, Unity. Yes, I know. Keep reading Naruto and think of JoJo memes. You and everyone else. You and everyone else. I don't know why they called it that. I don't know if it means something. Man. Man, it taking its time. I think we're going to mark off Unity being Unity, because damn, that's taken a while to do. I suppose this is when I would usually go have a bathroom break. I don't need the bathroom. Have a Unity bingo. There you go. Give you that one for free. Thinking some more. And then we think some more. And then we think a little bit longer. Okay, Ragon package. Import. Hopers won bingo! Congrats. Remember to drink water, guys. While that was loading, I should have seen what Spook wants to do about food tonight. Because I heard him come home, but I've not heard him get in the shower yet. When did vocal stim happen? That happened earlier when I was talking about bread. There we go. There's the default bean. Let's duplicate that. Hide you, and we're gonna go. Thanks. Textures and materials. Damn, okay. They set it up that way. Okay. Let's create a folder for Phoenix textures. Put all of these in. Let's duplicate that into there. We didn't do a clothing one. We don't need the eye domes. It's literally just those two. Unlock shader. Unlock shader. Shading, texture ramp, rim light. Don't think I need to change any of these. The outlines, no. We're not using emissions on this, so we're going to untick that. And that. Here we go. Did I not put gesture manager in this? Oh, I didn't. That's fine. Cursed. Cursed. Yeah, let's put gesture manager in this. Much better. Gesture manager. Over and over again. Ah, hum. Thank you for the cheese. Okay. How dare you lahi me? Oh, interesting. Okay. It's got built-in hue shifts, if that interests you. It's built in, so... All of these things are toggleable. Flashes are toggleable. Different horn styles. That's kind of neat. RGB, yep, it's got RGBs on it. And titties, which it just comes with as well. Okay, well, textures work. Textures seem good. Yeah, this doesn't have anything on it unless you have the face tracking put in. Neat! There you go. Hi, Nemo! Hello, Sneepy. Okay, I'm gonna come over here real quick just because I need to do my VR chat login. Don't mind me. Oh! Hope! Thanks for gifting Nemo a sub. Alright, where's my... I need to get my VR chat login. Sign in. Verification code. Doopity-doo-doo. It's the sound of me receiving a verification code. Bam. There we go. Logged in. Okay, back we go. You end stream around 1 on Thursdays, right? I don't know what that is your time. I don't know. I end stream at 5 my time. I don't know what that is your time. It would be about now. It would be about now. I just need to build and test. I don't need to build and publish. Build and test. Compiling shaders. Compiling scripts. Right. Based on the time, I'm probably not going to be able to do VRC photography today. I'll load it up in desktop mode just to see it in game. Real quick. Tuesday and Fridays end at 11 p.m. Other streams are 5 p.m. for me. Correct! Correct! Those are my end times, normally. I overrun a lot. Because my brain is full of bees. When the hyperfocus takes you, the hyperfocus takes you. Is this something I will be modelling? Probably not, because it is a commission for someone else. The stuff that you will be modeling will be stuff that I make for the shop. So when I make textures and assets to go on the shop, I will call you for modeling assistance. There we go, build succeeded. Okay. So I think I'm just going to take that entire thing and export it as a package. I'm not going to include the dependencies. You should have them. Export. Missions. I've been spelling this wrong the entire time, haven't I? I've been spelling it the way you spell Phoenix, the avatar base, not Phoenix, the username. Hang on, let me make sure I've actually named it correctly. There we go. Now we will export. Export package. Do not include the dependencies. Missions. Let's create a new folder. Phoenix Ragon retexture. Save. There we go. Save that. Desktop mode. Finishing 2 hours, can't wait to chill again. Hell yeah. Not long left. Accessories are here. Visit the store to claim your free pair of googly eyes. Damn. Oh yeah, they've added in accessories that you can just put on any avatar. I mean, free is free. And of course, one of the first things they add is wings. This would basically mean I wouldn't have to put wings on my avatars myself because I could just do it in VR chat. Does not grant the user flight. The fact that they have to specify that. This is an avatar accessory. You can attach it to any avatar. Damn. Anyway, distractions. Avatars. Jinx Dragon. There we go. It comes with glitter on the hands. That's a thing you can turn off. It looks like it just comes with it. That's the thing in the texture settings on Poyomi. Literally a tick box that'll say glitter. You can tick it on and off if you don't like it. You see this glitter? Schnuff. Schnuff, schnuff. Anyway, there you go. Cool. Nice. Right. That's that sorted, I think, then. Obviously, let me know if there's any tweaks that you want or anything. Just contact me and I can make adjustments. But I believe that is everything. Look at this bean. So cute. They're so cute. There you go. Cool. Okay, let's close VR chat down. Part of me is wondering, like, shall I buy the VR chat wings? But then I'd just be like, no, I'd probably end up just going and putting my own wings on still. It'd probably just be like a fun convenience thing of if I ever tried on a random avatar, I can put wings on it in the world to see how it looks. Okay. So that is all settled up. That is all good there. I'm just checking everything. I believe that is okay. Yeah, okay. Okay, where are you? And I'm so sorry. Cannot sleep, I cannot eat tonight. There you are. I have 500 windows open. There you go. Get that sent to you before I have to vanish for dinner, because that's what I gotta do now. I gotta go vanish for dinner. Right. We are here. Indeed, we are here. We are here, and this is now. Okay. Is Vanish tasty? It's fine. It's a bit bland, you know. There's not a lot of volume to it. Not a lot of depth, you know. A bit bland. Wouldn't recommend. Right. That's gonna be me, I think. Yeah, that's gonna be me. I don't see any friendos that I feel like raiding at the moment, so we're just gonna end here for today. So I will see you tomorrow for Final Fantasy. Try Entropy. Bit spicy, isn't it? It's a bit spicy for my palate. Thank you for coming. Thank you for the stream. Thank you very much, sweetie. Yes, thanks everyone for coming. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for vibing with me while I do the retexture, because it's always a fun time. I'm going to go check on my husband, because I've not heard from him. I don't know if this is going to be one of those instances where I'm going to go and find out that he just went straight to bed. Because then I end up in the awkward thing of, do I wake him up? So I'll go find the husband and see what he wants to do about food. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow for Final Fantasy. And the usual stuff. Again, to clarify, because I mentioned it before, there's no evening stream on Friday. I'm still going to be doing the afternoon work, but there's no community collab on Friday because stuff is happening that I gotta go do. So no stream Friday, I am afraid. But next week's Friday stream is my birthday stream, so be there for that. You have to be. Legally, you have to be, because it's my birthday next week. That's the rules. It's my birthday on the 9th. We have to play games by ourselves. I know, right? It's the horrible thing that you have to do. You have to go play games with your friends without my supervision. I know it's hard, but I believe in you. You are, unfortunately, a grown adult man. I regret to inform you of this. I know it's hard, but I believe in you. You can do it. Okay, I'm gonna go. This is a weird bit. Okay, I'm gonna go and go see my husband, whom I love very much, and I hope that he's okay. Take care, everybody. I'll see you when I see you. Bye.